Hello everyone, and welcome to Reclaim Your Life. Today, we will be discussing the relevance of God's blessings to Abraham to our lives. Abraham is a significant figure in the Bible, and his life teaches us a lot about faith and obedience. So, let's dive into the topic and explore how we can learn from Abraham's blessings and apply them to our lives. Abraham was a faithful servant of God, and God blessed him abundantly. In Genesis chapter 12 verses 2–3, God promises to bless Abraham and make him a great nation, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed through him. God also promised to give him a son, even though he and his wife Sarah were old and barren. In Genesis chapter 17 verse 6, God reaffirms his promise to make Abraham a great nation, and in Genesis chapter 22 verses 17–18, God promises to bless him and his descendants, and all nations of the earth shall be blessed through them. Abraham's blessings are not just for him and his descendants but for all Christians. If we belong to Christ, then we are Abraham's descendants and heirs according to the promise. Galatians chapter 3 verse 29. This means that we can claim the blessings of Abraham, including the blessings of faith, obedience, and prosperity. Firstly, Abraham's faith is an example to us. He believed God's promises even when they seemed impossible, and he trusted God's plan even when it was difficult. In the same way, we should have faith in God and trust His plan for our lives. We should believe that God has a purpose for us and that He will fulfill His promises to us. Secondly, Abraham's obedience is also an example to us. He obeyed God even when it was challenging, such as when God asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac. In the same way, we should obey God's commands, even when it is difficult, and trust that God's plan is always best for us. Lastly, Abraham's prosperity is also an example to us. God blessed him abundantly, and in the same way, God can bless us abundantly. However, we should remember that prosperity is not just material wealth but includes spiritual blessings such as peace, joy, and love. God promises to provide for all our needs according to His riches in glory. Philippians chapter 4 verse 19. In conclusion, the blessings of Abraham are not just for him and his descendants but for all Christians. We can learn from Abraham's faith, obedience, and prosperity and apply them to our lives. We should have faith in God's promises, obey His commands, and trust that He will bless us abundantly. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Let us reclaim our lives by living a life of faith, obedience, and prosperity.